Would you run a marathon with your bike rack? We are.
How do you feel after completing the marathon, holding the Dragonfly Rack?
Feeling the pain. 26.2 miles, said it a million times, 26.2 miles. If I can carry it, 26.2 miles, you can carry it all the way from your car in one hand with your bike in the other up to your apartment. Wouldn't recommend it on the back, quite like this.
Pretty good. I think things went about as well as they could have. I am definitely sore. We got a bit of chafing going on. We got a bit of red marks here from where we taped a thing to my back to make sure it didn't rub too much, which was very successful on my back, but was slightly less successful where we taped it. So feeling okay. I am currently with my feet up, sitting, which is the most comfortable position. I took a 45-minute nap a little bit ago. Probably going to be catching up on sleep, which is going to be useful. Overall feeling pretty good. I'm happy with how things turned out. My goal was to complete within kind of the time limit of the marathon, which was 6 hours. I could have done it faster, I think, especially without holding a bike rack, given the fact that it was a new setup and I was feeling pretty tired after about 15 miles. I went to kind of plan B, which was run until you get tired and you think you might potentially not make it all the way, and then walk. So I ran 15 miles and then I did like a fast walk for the last 10 miles. And that got me through at 5 hours and 54 minutes.
What are we doing?
We're running the San Francisco Marathon with the Dragonfly Rack. Show just how light and portable it actually is. Going at a blistering pace, nothing can stop us.
We are actually going pretty fast.
Yeah.
9:20.
So it's pretty good for a normal marathon.
The goal of the marathon was to prove that this is small and light enough to bring with you in your everyday life. If I can run a marathon with this, you can bring it up to your apartment with you, right? In one hand, your bike in the other. It was funny, on the marathon, I saw 2 separate racks on cars, just on the course. There wasn't that many cars that, we passed on the course. It was probably maybe 5 miles of cars parked. And there was 2 separate racks that I saw just on a car, no bikes. The car has become a method of transporting bikes, right? It was blocking their trunk. I mean, they were nice racks, right? Maybe they have a big e-bike that they need to transport and it's gonna weigh 70 pounds and Dragonfly Rack wouldn't work for them. But my guess is that these people have an apartment, they have a car and they have bikes and they like going biking and they just cannot be bothered to take their bike rack off their car. And you end up with a car and a bike rack that are just joined forever. Which is just unfortunate, I think, for people's lives. It makes it more inconvenient. It's a hassle. It's more likely to get stolen, especially here in San Francisco.
Dragonfly Rack is coming on.
This is how it comes from the factory, actually. How's it going, Garrett? What do you got in your bag?
Man can need for a marathon. Duct tape, chopped up yoga mat, zip ties, scissors.
The day begins. This is very fitting. Just my little backpack here. Casual.
Heading to Ferry Building.
There's the Dragonfly Rack support vehicle. We have some clever yoga mat technology. That's not patented. If you're interested in a wearable, this is not how it comes from the factory. Newly patented, this part. Never revealed publicly until now, we hope. This is the true test of small and lightness. I would say this is probably at 14 pounds, even with all the yoga mat bits and backpack, zip ties. After your 26.2 mile run, you can load up, which makes no sense because the start and the finish line are in the same place, but that's okay,
Logic is not.
We are, this is a demonstration.
It's Teo Fleming in the flesh.
There we are.
The Dragonfly Rack.
Dragonfly Rack.
4, 3, 2, 1.
It's a fast start to the marathon.
What's your pace goals?
My pace goal to finish. Our rate's already 112. Uh-oh.
The anxiety is setting in.
It's been setting in for quite a while.
Memorable moment. Probably crossing the Golden Gate Bridge. Clark, the inventor of the bike rack, texted me at like 6:30 in the morning when he woke up, wishing me a good race. And I actually FaceTimed him on the bridge as I was crossing over. So it was just really fun to kind of have it come a little bit full circle, talking to him, wearing the bike rack as like a backpack. And I've got this great, I did like a little bit of a screen recording. I've got this great shot of me talking to him in the corner and him being like all excited and showing him the Golden Gate Bridge, showing him the rack. I mean, it was a 30-second call. It was exciting.
Frunk approved. Look how many bike racks are Frunk approved. What mile is this? Not sponsored yet.
Next time.
Teo, how many times did you run with the bike rack before you did the marathon?
So I was training originally with weights in my hand. The goal was to run like kind of holding it in my hand, which I did for probably half a mile at the very beginning. We ended up not doing that just because I was worried about hurting somebody else on the course, for example. We ended up making like a backpack setup out of it, out of some straps basically, which worked really well. With the setup that we had, I did a grand total of 1 loop around the block with the setup before running 26.2 miles.
What are we doing, Garrett?
We're running at 11 p.m. on Saturday, the night before the marathon with the bike rack.
What's this? Dragonfly, newly patented. Hot off the press. I'm feeling like tomorrow's gonna be interesting. An interesting time, mostly for me. We're gonna figure out how small and light Dragonfly Rack really is.
So that was interesting, to say the least. It worked out really well. We found the hot spot, we covered it up on my back. The belt was key, I think, to kind of distributing the weight. 12.5 pounds is not very heavy, right? You can carry that easily for a mile even, walking. But 26 miles is a lot. So having that kind of more distributed in my body was really key. I proceeded to walk with it for at least a mile afterwards in my hand, just getting to the bus and coming home. We had taken the straps off, obviously. Yeah, one time.
Did you face any unexpected challenges or difficulties during the race?
I think the race went exactly as I expected. I ran the first part and then got very tired.
Say, how you feeling, mile 14?
Good, yeah. We're feeling the pain.
I wasn't used to running with so much kind of on my back. It definitely changes your stride quite a bit. After that, I mean, there was times where I just had to basically tell Garrett to go and be quiet and stop bothering me. Like I just needed my AirPods in to concentrate, just keep moving. But I don't think so. I mean, I think more than anything, the unexpected parts were people coming up to me and saying, what is this? Tell me more. One unexpected thing was people on the bus coming home. There was 3 separate people that all remembered me from running. And they said, oh, you're the guy with the bike rack. They had a lot of questions. I gave them a flyer. It was pretty cool to just have people recognize me as the guy that did something a bit crazy on the bus coming home.
Is that mile 17, everybody?
Many people have come up. They've been like, I just have to ask, what is that? I was talking to a person and they've got a Kuat rack. They said, well, what makes this different? I said, where does your rack live? She says, on her car. I was like, well, why does it live on your car? She said, because it's annoying. It's like, weighs 30 pounds. I was like, well, if it weighed 12.5 pounds, would you take it off more? She was like, absolutely. Then I wouldn't have to parallel park with it. It was blocking my camera. I was like, well, we have the rack for you. Dragonfly Rack, coming to Kickstarter.
Powerful emotions crossing the finish line. It was very relieving. I was very happy to be done. I was excited to remove the bike rack from my body, take off the straps. We got some good pictures just crossing the finish line, which was nice. Garrett actually ran through the finish line with me. We were both wearing our QR code shirts. My girlfriend was there to greet us, which was nice. So she took some good pictures of us just crossing the finish line. Other than that, it was relief. And we had a nice brunch back here afterwards. So that was really nice to kind of hang out with some friends.
Any future marathons you want to do?
Any future marathons?
Yeah, I'm excited to be done.
So Garrett and I have chatted about other potential things to do to kind of show how small and light it is. Somebody on the marathon had an idea of jumping out of a plane with it. That was kind of interesting. We are open to suggestions for cool things to demonstrate how small and light it is. So if you have any, please let us know. Reach out. You can reach out to us either on Instagram. The other option is just go to dragonflyrack.com. There's a little chat bubble in the bottom right, and that will notify both Garrett and I, and you can talk to us if you have any questions. What was the question again? Almost done. Mile 26.
Mile 26, everybody. How you feeling?
Feeling pretty spent. Wouldn't recommend this to a friend. I would recommend buying one, investing in the Kickstarter, becoming a VIP member. You get our, not just the Kickstarter price, you get the ultra low, how much is it?
$350, we're selling it for $275.
$275. If you want to be an early bird, dragonflyrack.com, sign up for the mailing list, and then you'll be asked if you would like to become a super duper VIP. We'll probably also take product feedback from those people, more than just kind of the general public. So if you want to be part of the development, that's a really good way to do it. If you want to know more about Dragonfly Rack, dragonflyrack.com.
Dragonflyrack.com, of course, the one and only news source for all things Dragonfly Rack.
Is the best place. We're gonna be posting on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, a bunch of media platforms for just question and answers, but dragonflyrack.com will link to all of those. Anyways, that's that. I might do a bit of running here. Finish off on a high note. Definitely gonna beat the 6 hour goal. It's pretty slow for a marathon, but not sure if you're aware I'm carrying a bike rack. Garrett's the champ, taking care of me.
Tayo's the champ here.
Making sure we're on track, feeding me gels. Yeah, he's the behind the scenes maestro. And with that, signing off. See you at the finish.